Have you ever wondered why many Chinese women don't date foreigners? A lot of people immediately assume it's because of racism or hatred toward outsiders. But the truth is usually much deeper than that. For many Chinese women, dating is not just about attraction or emotions. Relationships are often connected to long-term thinking, family expectations, stability, and future plans. In many Western countries, people sometimes date just to explore, have fun, or see where things go. But in Chinese culture, many women grow up seeing dating as something serious from the beginning. If they enter a relationship, they are often thinking about whether this person could become a husband, a father, and someone who can fit into the family long term. And that family part is extremely important. In Chinese society, marriage is rarely seen as something involving only two individuals. Parents, grandparents, and relatives often have strong opinions about who someone should marry. Their approval can influence the entire relationship. Many parents prefer a man who speaks the same language, understands the culture, celebrates the same traditions, and can easily communicate with the family. They worry that a foreign partner may struggle to understand important customs, values, or expectations. Even simple things can become difficult. Different communication styles, different views on money, different ideas about marriage, different expectations for children and family responsibilities. What may seem normal in one culture can feel strange or even disrespectful in another. Some Chinese women are also afraid of cultural misunderstandings in relationships. They worry about constantly having to explain themselves or feeling emotionally disconnected because of language barriers and different ways of thinking. And then there's another issue that people rarely talk about honestly. Some women fear being fetishized. There are foreigners who romanticize Asian women and treat them like a fantasy instead of real human beings with emotions, personalities, and personal goals. Because of this, some Chinese women become cautious when foreigners approach them romantically. They wonder if the man genuinely likes them as a person, or if he is simply attracted to an image in his head. Trust becomes harder. There is also the question of stability. If someone is living in China temporarily, studying abroad, or constantly moving between countries, the future can feel uncertain. Visa problems, work permits, immigration laws, and long-distance situations can create stress in relationships. Many women think ahead. What happens if he leaves the country? What happens if we get married? Where will we live? What about raising children? Will the relationship survive cultural pressure from both sides? For someone thinking seriously about building a future, those questions matter a lot. Financial stability is another important factor. In many Chinese families, security and stability are heavily valued. Parents often want their daughters to have a comfortable life, a stable home, and a reliable future. Because of this, some families may worry about whether a foreign man can provide long-term stability, especially if his career or immigration status is uncertain. That does not mean Chinese women only care about money. It simply means many people are raised to think practically about the future. And to be fair, this hesitation is not unique to Chinese women. People from many cultures are cautious about dating someone with a completely different background. Religion, traditions, language, lifestyle, and family expectations can all create challenges in a relationship. Of course, many Chinese women do date foreigners, fall in love, and build happy marriages. Some intercultural relationships work beautifully because both people are willing to understand each other, respect differences, and grow together. But for others, the risks simply feel too high. The cultural gap feels too wide. The future feels too uncertain. And family pressure can become overwhelming. So, in the end, it is usually not about hate. For many women, it is about familiarity, security, family values, and the desire for a peaceful future. But what do you think? Would you date someone from a completely different culture, with different traditions, different beliefs, and maybe even a different language? Let's talk in the comments.